When I was setting up my Jellyfin server for the first time, I was searching through my AnyList plan to watch section, looking for something good to add to my library. I stumbled onto a series I've been meaning to watch called Bloom Into You. Reading the description, it seemed like a bog standard Yuri anime. I mean, I've read plenty of Yuri in my time, like How to Be Relationship, Failed Princesses, Adachi and Shimomura, hell, even Signalis. What makes this series so special? Why should I watch this? In the heat of building my own media center, though, I added it because why not? The next day, after being content with my Jellyfin setup and reluctant to do college apps, I booted up Bloom Into You on a whim. I wouldn't expect how impactful this story was for my life. Bloom Into You is a love story between Touko, Nanami, and Yu Koito, two high school girls attending Tomi Higashi High School, one a first year, another a second year. Yu, the first year, has no romantic attraction to anyone. She's envious whenever someone talks about love to her, but she never felt that spark people have described. Touko, the second year, has never pursued or felt love for someone. Having been confessed to multiple times, she's never felt the urge to be with someone. Love is portrayed in the story through two lenses: love as a story arc, love as a method for growth. Yu's story in Bloom Into You is seeking a path to find her own way to love, as she doesn't feel the same way others around her feel about love. Touko's story is about finding out who she is, with love being a way for her to reflect and receive support. Both characters are depicted as people with, quote, no capacity to love. We see a shift in the first episode, though.
だって、君のこと好きになりそう。わからない。
Touko Nanami is painted as the gifted child. She does fantastically in her studies, is a great friend, is organized, has the looks, and seems to bring a smile to everyone's faces. Additionally, she is highly regarded among her peers, a perfect child with no apparent flaws on the outside. Her sister, Mio Nanami, was also seen as the ideal student at the high school. She was the top of the class, had her peers and teachers look up to her, and was highly regarded as a great student council president. Touko saw this side of her sister exclusively when she was young. Mio was someone she could look up to and depend upon. Then, it happens. She was always the timid and reserved one, hiding behind her big sister for help for most things. But when her source of dependence was gone, she had to become independent. She needed to erase her current identity to fulfill the wishes of her family and the expectations of society as Mio's sister. She needed to become Mio. Because everyone loved her in this mask, it further fed into the feedback loop of her trying to replicate her sister instead of being herself. When Touko received confessions from people, it wasn't because they fell in love with the real her, but rather a mask, a facade. However, Yu was someone different for Touko. Touko can be her authentic self around Yu. That's why she loves her. However, when confronted about the nature of her fixation on maintaining this mask, Touko's self-destructive nature is further revealed.
お姉ちゃんの代わりになろうと思ったの。私がお姉ちゃんみたいに振る舞うと、みんな喜んでくれる。特別だって言ってくれる。君の前でただの私に戻るのは居心地がいいけど、みんなの前で特別でいることはやめられない。心配してくれてるのはわかるよ。でもごめんね。劇はやるよ。たとえ小糸さんがついてきてくれなくても。
Touko's outward image is what mattered most to her, not her self-image. She rejects her authentic self because, to her, she's not special when she's authentic. And, for her survival, she needed to be special.
私は自分のこと嫌いだから。私の嫌いなものを好きっていう人のこと 好きになれないでしょ。
Watching Touko struggle with this mask, I realized I was watching my own story unfold. I deeply relate to Touko on a personal level. Now, of course, I wouldn't say I exhibit all of her traits, but I can recognize too that I am frequently regarded as the gifted child in my family and classroom. We both try our best to have everyone like us. We make sure we're on everyone's good side. We want to be loved. That's why we do what we do. For Touko, it's being a high achiever and a great leader. Her mask mirrors her perception of her sister. For me, it's being useful and important to others, bringing a confident, outward-facing persona in the public. These self-imposed expectations are what compose my own mask. Confident, helping, unopinionated, people-pleasing, kiss-ass. These adjectives describe this part of me. I'm scared that if I ever deviate from these adjectives, the layers might peel, revealing the underlying self-hatred that I have. I hate myself, and I can't be in love with someone who likes things that I hate. I feel like this quote deeply cuts into what I perceive myself to be. Yes, I have great friends, and I'm fortunate enough to be in a relationship of my own. However, even with all these connections, nothing changes the fact that I hate myself. I hate my voice. I hate my body. I hate how everyday life feels. I hate how I can't even properly express the emotions I feel to people. I hate that I'm a perfectionist. I hate how I'm ridiculed even when I'm trying my best at things. I hate how this feeling has been welling inside of me for over 13 years now. I hate that I'm trans. Ever since I was a baby, I was envious of anything girl-related. Girl clothes, girl activities, playing dollhouse, etc. Now don't get me wrong, playing with wooden trains, play kitchen, and race cars were also super cool. But I felt a bubbling desire to look to the other side. What do you mean boys don't wish to be a girl on a daily basis? If I could wake up tomorrow as a girl without any changes, would I? Am I just pretending to be a boy? I didn't feel romantically attracted to girls. I was envious of them. When I was younger, I looked at the changes I was facing with disgust. When people told me to man up, internally my body was screaming, what if I don't want to? Touko in Bloom Into You is not a trans allegory. However, her path to coping with trauma is not too dissimilar to my own experience through my self-discovery. After our realizations, we both put on a mask to hide how we were, to fit in. Touko used this mask so she could satisfy her family's expectations. I used a mask to fit into this binary gender spectrum. It was a way for me to achieve my purpose without ridicule from being different from the norm, especially regarding situations at school, societal, etc. It would be impossible for me, in my mindset, to reveal my authentic self, because what would only come out of it is hatred and downright oppression from people. And who knows, maybe this is just a phase and it'll all pass once I'm a senior. Fast forward to today and nothing has changed. I can't imagine a world where in the future I'm a boy. Most people don't relate to this. Most people are perfectly content with who they are and exhibit no signs of self-hatred. It's impossible to describe the everyday frustration and struggle of being like this. People ask, why don't you try being a boy? I've tried. For as long as I've been alive, it hasn't worked. So I'm done trying. After binging Bloom Into You, both manga and anime, it has made me reflect on my own identity and what it means to live my life with self-hatred. I don't want to continue wearing this inauthentic mask. I want to follow Touko's path, where she's able to grow past her sister's shadow and find her own identity, ripping off the mask that she wore for so long. That's what Bloom Into You helped me understand. It's a romance story about trying to find your own way in life, your own way to love, your own way to live. It's about identity and the masks we wear to hide our authentic selves, and how our masks contribute to finding our own identity, which we could take with pride in the future. If Touko was able to find a way through it, I'm sure I am too. So hi, I'm Nat. And I'm a trans girl.